At the start of the pandemic, you might remember charter schools in the Carolinas saw a big jump in enrollment. And there's a recent report now by the National Alliance for Public Charter Schools showing charter school enrollment continues to increase, specifically for Black and Hispanic students. WCNC Charlotte's Shamaria Morrison joining us from Uptown to talk about this. So Shay, what sort of rise are we seeing in these enrollments?
It's a few thousand between North and South Carolina. Over the past 2 school years, you saw just over 10,000 new enrollees in those charter schools. And I know that may not sound like a large jump, but when you compare it to what's happening with traditional public schools, enrollment is declining in those spaces. And also compared to the hundreds of thousands that are in traditional public schools, it seems small, but traditional public schools really are taking this and having to make some serious decisions about how they're going to retain their students. Charter schools in our area have wait lists for parents eager to get their kids a seat in a different environment. Public charter schools in the Carolinas continue to outpace the growth of traditional public schools, according to a recent report.
They didn't shift back because those options weren't working for families to begin with. This is not a fluke. It's a wake-up call.
Charter schools continue to attract Black and Hispanic students who may feel left out in traditional classrooms.
The reality is that these are outstanding schools that serve Black and brown children very well. And they're not just serving them very well, they're being educated by Black and brown educators.
The National Alliance for Public Charter School report shows North Carolina gained 14% more Black students in the last 2 school years. South Carolina gained 40%. Hispanic students in charter schools increased by more than 23% in North Carolina and 32% in South Carolina. Before the November elections, we spoke to CMS school board members about the shift of Black and Hispanic students to charter.
We need more money, and we need funding that is not temporary, so that we can get the people in the schools.
Thelma Byers-Bailey, the only incumbent to keep her seat on the upcoming school board, is advocating to keep students of color in the district. Charter school advocates say if traditional public schools aren't working for students, they need options.
Where the school that the kid is zoned to attend is meeting their needs, perfect, that's great. And where it's not, you have a need for something that is different and that's going to meet the needs of the kids.
You know, critics of charter school also say it's important to note that charter schools are governed differently, they're ran differently, they're also funded differently. So there may be a lot more reasons why people are going to charter as opposed to traditional public schools. Live in Uptown, Shamaria Morrison, WCNC Charlotte.
Shay, thanks for that report.